and that increases the pitch on the blades coming around the back of the rotor system, decreases the pitch on the blades coming around the front, that is equally the oppositely, and the aircraft starts to move. Now flying overhead, a very unique aircraft. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris Burgess in the Snowbird Auto Gyro. The Auto Gyro is a rotorcraft, but it is not a helicopter. This is not a helicopter. That rotor system is driven by nothing but air rushing up through the rotor system. As you watch the aircraft fly by you, you'll notice that the rotor system is tilted backwards, just the opposite of what it is on the R-44 we were just watching. That rotor system is not powered. If you remember back to some old photographs of perhaps Amelia Earhart with a real funny-looking airplane with stubby wings and a rotor system on top, that was an auto gyro. It was a very early and a very effective theory of personal flying. Now when Chris took that aircraft off, he started down the runway, started the main rotor system, which is not powered, spinning very slowly, and as his pusher prop propels him down the runway into the air mass, the rotor system starts to turn faster and faster. So Chris's rotor system, his main rotor system, is keeping him in the air. It's basically resistance to the air mass, while his pusher prop, right behind him, is pushing him along and accelerating through the air. This aircraft was built in 1998. Back then, if you had $24,000 extra sitting around, you could buy your own Snowbird Auto Gyro kit. You build it yourself. The aircraft has a VNE, or velocity do not exceed speed, of 70 knots. That's about 85 miles per hour. It's two-seat. And again, it's a rotorcraft, but not a helicopter. It's a very safe form of rotorcraft. This aircraft is in a perpetual auto-rotation. And we're going to talk about auto-rotation in a moment. Auto-rotation is what a helicopter is going to do if the engine fails. Now Chris is actually going to turn off the engine of his rotorcraft here presently and do an auto-rotation. He's actually going to shut down the engine, and if you didn't think that a rotorcraft or a helicopter could coast, you're going to be able to see that, because they most certainly can coast. All helicopter pilots practice auto-rotations, which are what they're going to do if the engine shuts down. Contrary to popular thinking, a helicopter is not going to simply crash once it has no engine power. Now, I don't hear Chris's engine. I'm guessing he may have entered an auto-rotation. You see him coming down towards the earth. He's using the upflow of air through the rotor system to keep the rotor system turning. It's ingeniously designed. The rotor system is only being turned by the air rushing up through it. And Chris is saving that energy, that weight in the rotor system, that pendulant energy. He's holding on to that because at the very bottom, he's going to be able to pull that collective pitch in we just talked about, which increases the pitch or the bite of the blades all the way around, create thrust, decelerate, slow down, and land like a feather. Again, ladies and gentlemen, his engine is shut down right now. He is coasting. Now watch as Chris does a beautiful auto-rotation. Flare, he's going to flare backwards, decelerate, and gently touch down. Let's have a hand of applause for Chris Burgess. By the way, Chris is an ex-combat pilot from Vietnam. He flew Hueys and Cobras there. You can notice now the engine on the back of his aircraft, which only powers that pusher propeller. When he started it up again. And he's saving that rotating energy in the rotor system. That's what all the helicopters here are going to do in the event that their engines fail. If any of our aircraft were flying along, let's say it's a single-engine helicopter, and the engine fails, the pilot is going to very quickly reduce collective pitch. Now, they are going to start coming out of the sky, but they're going to transition